The next chapter is about to begin. Join us live every Tuesday and Thursday for brand new episodes of the American Contractor Show. Our mission is to bring you the latest tools, innovations, and knowledge to help you become the most informed contractor in your market. Knowledge is the ultimate power, and we are connecting you with the most knowledgeable minds in our industry. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. American Contractors, I hope you're ready. This one's for you.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. Lead meteorologist John Choquette here for our daily forecast. Sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and our Supplement Balance Claims. You can check them out in the description below as always. And our forecast for today is going to be basically more of the countdown of our top 10 most impactful storms of 2020. Today is the start of the top 10 list for winds. I'm doing two separate lists. I didn't want to do just all severe weather in one list, and because it would have been almost exclusively wind, so we are going to split them up here. So there is a possibility of some wind in the southeast to end your work week tomorrow, and then after that, a very quiet weekend, first full weekend in December here, pretty on par for the time of year in terms of the lack of weather. And then this is, again, just kind of a breakdown, if you missed it yesterday, how we're doing the rankings, doing one day at a time. So tomorrow will be number 9 for hail, and then on Monday, number 9 for wind, etc. Winds rankings are almost exclusively the total estimated damage cost. I think number 9 for wind is going to be the only one where it was more just rare. And then hail, that we have a lot more parameters. We've also been doing hail a lot more over the years, being hail trace, so we have more things that we can weight all those storms. So what's the number 10 wind map here? And this is going to be a very common theme for the entirety of the top 10 list. It's either going to mostly be a hurricane or a derecho, and the number 10 is a derecho. This one was in Pennsylvania and New Jersey on June 3rd. We had winds in excess of 75 miles an hour in the immediate Philadelphia area, and then we had winds over 90 miles an hour along the New Jersey coastline over by Atlantic City. I think the highest was 93, and I think that was in the 80s in the suburbs of Philadelphia. Very intense storm. Over 500,000 people lost power from this event, and this was, I can't even tell you what number derecho this was for the year. This is definitely the year, if COVID wasn't going on, a lot of people would probably be talking about derechos. We had quite a few of them, and there are a couple more will be showing up on this list later on. You can see we had a ton of wind reports that day, 544. We had other wind events in the Central Plains, but the vast majority of them were all here in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. A pretty intense event. You can see a couple wind damages, a gigantic tree that got uprooted, more trees down. This is actually a bit of roofing that got ripped off. Again, pretty intense stuff, especially in the Northeast. The Northeast had a very active severe weather year this year, and this was one of the more intense highlights of the year. So that's all we got for our top 10, and for the hail forecast, nothing to talk about. No hail, no wind expected today. Tomorrow is the only real chance for anything, and it's another very low-end chance for some gusty winds with a storm system that's going to be pushing through the East Coast tomorrow. Could bring gusts up to 60 near the Florida coast and the Panhandle or by Tallahassee. And same story, just a different area here in North Carolina, where you could see again winds, near 60 miles an hour as storms push off the coast as another intense cold front is pushing across the country. It's the time of year where we get cold fronts and storm systems that make snow up in the northeast and some gusty thunderstorms there. Right, you see that right around close to the overnight hours actually on Friday. So that's really all we got to talk about here for tomorrow. Weekend looks quiet, and then I think next week we might have another system that has some gusty winds as a big cold front pushes through, but otherwise pretty quiet. So follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so you don't miss any of our posts. And of course, stay tuned every day, at least to the beginning of the video, or possibly the majority of the video, as we count down the top 10 for hail and wind, and we'll breakdown even a little more into it when we get to like the top 5 likely. So give us a call, 855-334-4245. Any comments or questions, concerns you may have, any setup training, first time here, you can email us as well, info@hailtrace.com, and of course, visit our website for any more details. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time. Have a great day.